Well, good morning. This is Randy at Georgia Adventure / Pen and Journal. I've got two YouTube channels. One channel I talk about ink pens, notebooks, leather stuff, whatever. And then the Georgia Adventure I talk about anything to do with knives, outdoor stuff, you know, any kind of thing like this, random, you know, things I do, adventures I have. So EDC, you know, things like that. So I was sitting here this morning and I'm drinking my coffee, and it's good. Just kind of a dreary day here in Georgia where I live. I'm in Northwest Georgia. Just a real dreary day. It's kind of supposed to rain, supposed to come a couple storms, you know. We never do have rain, you know, just a rain day. It's either a severe weather, or then we have winter storms, and, you know, the media just kind of blows everything up. But so anyway, I'm looking out the window, and I got some bird feeders back there. I'm watching the birds. I got woods behind the house, and just kind of peaceful. So I'm a leathersmith, I guess you could say, and I do different things. Excuse me. This damp weather's rough. Damp. I didn't say the other word, but you know, just kind of gets down in your chest here. But, you know, I make things like these notebooks right here. These are for the 3.5 by 5.5 notebooks. This is my pocket notebook I carry every day. I make the full-size journals that out of leather for Moleskine or whatever notebook you want to put in it. I guess you'd call them A5s. I make pen slips. Put an ink pen or a pencil or whatever in it, and it fits in your pocket. You know, you can put it in your pocket or in your bag or your purse. Kind of protects the pen. You know, if you don't want to, you know, you can put it like that. And I make knife sheaths, different kinds. You know, different kinds. This is a dangler. Make them for different knives. This is a slip joint called a slip joint sheath, and this is a large size. And your knife fits there. Then I came up. I was thinking about a knife slip. A knife slip is just a little pouch you put your knife in, kind of like the pen slip. You just put your pen in it, and it protects it. So knife slip's the same way. Excuse me. You just put your knife in it, put it in your pocket, and it keeps it from getting beat up and scratched up. You just pull it out. So I guess around Halloween, somewhere in there, I was just looking. I don't remember where I was looking at, but I saw this old coffin online. It was just an old coffin like Dracula, or back in the old days when they made them out of wood. And I thought, you know, that might make a knife slip, a good knife slip, just something different, you know, for people. So I sat down. You can see it up close. I've sold quite a few of these, made some, gave them away, but so I sat down, and then, you know, I started drawing them out. And I drew my original ones out on a little notepad at work, and then cut it out and made a made a template. I make templates for everything. I got templates for this. I've got a template. I got a template for this. It's like this, made out of hardboard. It's all the hardboard, real hard cardboard that you buy at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. You know, it's about this big. So I make that, and then I just draw what I want, the measurements, and I just cut it out with a knife. So I've got a template, but I always draw out my ideas. And so I've got this sketchbook. It's a Moleskine, and it's called an art book or something like that. They've got the small size too, you know, smaller one, probably this size. And this thing, you know, opens up this way. It opens up like this. and it's got some real thick paper in it, you know, which I guess is made for, like, if you want to do painting or ink or whatever. I do some drawing with ink. I do some with a pencil, a lot with a pencil, because I can erase it. But this is the casket slip. This is how I designed it. And, you know, I write notes down, put the measurements down. You can see the measurements. So that's how I get it in my head, what I want to make. And then, you know, and I do it for all of my leather projects, you know, everything. So this is another sheath. I got to put the measurements on these, but these are scalp draw sheaths. And you can see that's the knife. Slips in there. But, you know, I draw them. This is for 2 different size knives. Just something to make notes on and keep up with what I make. And just drawing something out and visually seeing it, you know, kind of helps you out. You know, this is actually what my template looks like, but I drew it on this, and then I transferred the measurements to that hardboard and made a template. So you can see this dotted line is where I get the piece of leather and fold it, and then that makes your knife sheath. And I got the measurements of the particular knife and stuff on here. So, you know, I gotta write the measurements on here. But so, you know, I didn't even know Moleskine made these. I've had this thing for a little bit. I just happened to be at Barnes & Noble and went over to the Moleskine. I got my wife 3 little pink notebooks. And I saw this thing. I'm like, because I'd been sketching stuff on just a, you know, little paper notebook. And so I thought, well, this thing will be great, man. So I've been transferring my drawings over to this, and they look better. You can see here's a large this is a minimalist EDC wallet, and you see the top part. This flap folds. It'll fold over. Then you put a snap, and it's just a minimalist billfold, but it's got my measurements. So I got that to go back to. And here's another knife sheath here. And I drew the knife out just to kind of show it. And I've got the measurements of the knife, which that's a big help. And I've got a template. I transferred this to the template. And I even drew the knife. You know, I got the description of the knife, the length of the blade and stuff like that. So I've got, you know, I've just got some stuff drawn in here. This is my pocket organizer, which is like this. This is a pocket organizer, and that's this one. It's a small pocket organizer. But I love the paper in this because it's thick. I mean, this is some thick paper. I don't know if it's a linen type paper, but it's for all you people, for any of you out there that like to draw or sketch or whatever, whether it's colored pens or pencils, or you like me, you need a book. You know, like I'm a leather crafter, so you know I like to keep my drawings. If you're a knife maker, hey, it'd be great for your knife patterns, you know. And I'm going to design a knife for myself, and I got a knife maker in Kennesaw or Canton, Georgia, that's going to make me one. Redbeard Blades. So I'm going to design the knife while I'm off. Then I'm going to give him the drawing of it, and then he's going to make it. And he's going to make one that I'm going to advertise it for him. And because I know him and I want him to be a successful knife maker. So we're going to come up with this small EDC knife, a fixed blade knife, and I'm going to draw it out and work with it a little bit. And then usually when I draw them out, I throw away a lot of paper. So I'm going to do some of it on some notebook paper, and then I'm going to transfer it to this and give him this piece of paper. And so I've got to come up with a name of it. But you know, this is some good paper. I like the way this thing folds because it lays flat. You can see how it just lays flat. You know, you got a book that opens this way, you know, so it's not as good for sketching. This is a sketchbook. It said it on the, actually when I bought it, it had art. I think it said art book, art something, but they got a line of art products. But you can see, this drawing is this. This drawing is this sheath right here. This is a slip joint belt sheath. And you can see I've got the back and the front. I've even got the knife drawn out that fits it. It'll fit. It'll fit different knives. I'm gonna record my pen slips or sleeves in here, because I've made and sold several of these. So I'm gonna put these on here, and so that's another thing. And the measurements, you know, try to get the measurements the same on most of them. You know, then the notebooks and stuff like that. But it's just a good way to, you know, plus it's kind of relaxing for me. You know, so if you're interested in I think this thing has 70, I think it said 70 pages. It's got a little pouch behind here, so you can put little things back here, you know. So you can put, you know, you can put a lot of drawings in here and save it, you know. And this is some really good paper. Like I said, if you like to draw or sketch, if you're a knife maker, it'd be good to sketch out a knife. If, you know, leather maker like me, good to sketch out things. Or if you just want to do random drawings, hey, that's a good thing. If you just like to sketch or draw or write, or you know, good for notes, you know, just not lined. But so it's a good notebook so far. I've really enjoyed having it, and especially when I can, you know, get in here and draw my stuff, you know. And I use basic stuff: pencil, lead pencil, and then I may use some ink pens. I use a pencil most of the time. I do use some pens. I got one of these drawings. I think it's a pen. Let's see. I got one of them. That's a pen. But most of them I do with pencil, and the reason is because I can erase it and change stuff. So I'm probably going to keep it with a pencil. I try to use good lead, but that's why I like this. So, you know, any of you people that sketch or got something you like to do, make, you know, it's a good way to keep your measurements, record what you're making. If you get something that pops in your head, you want to record it, and have your measurements or whatever, and your notes about what you're making. This is a good thing. Or if you just want to sketch trees or some kind of drawing, or sketch people or whatever, this would be another good thing, and you can keep them. So good deal right here. Good product. So anyway, I'm gonna end the video, and I appreciate if you would leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. You know, this is a knife sheath / notebook pen video. I know a lot of you knife guys, you like the EDC pens. I know a lot of journalers or drawers or artists like to do the same. So I'm a knife guy and I'm a pen guy. So, you know, there you go. Great notebook, but I appreciate if you'd follow my channels. EDC, not EDC, George Adventure, sorry about that, George Adventure or Pen and Journal. Follow my channels, hit a like, hit a bell, leave a comment. I'm going to put this video on both my channels. So God bless you. Y'all have a great week. Be safe out there and keep your knife sharp.